So that one, or that one?
Correct.
Okay.
But yeah.
I don't want to be looking cross-eyed.
Muy buenos días y gracias por estarnos acompañando aquí en Canciones de Domingo con Silvia por KUHS de Radio y Televisión. Y pues bienvenidos, gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. Y esta mañana tenemos casa llena, como pueden ustedes ver. Ya lo conocen a uno de ellos, es uno de mis mejores amigos de hace ya varios años. Ahorita les voy a decir su nombre. Vamos a estar hablando acerca de una película que él acaba de filmar, bueno, hace unos meses, se llama Timothy, y vamos a estar platicando acerca de esa película y de todos los premios que han ganado, no nada más internacionalmente, pero también aquí en los Estados Unidos. Así que, por favor, quédense con nosotros. Voy a estar resumiendo un poco lo que hablamos en español. La plática pues va a ser en inglés, pero les voy a traducir las cosas en español lo más que pueda, así que quédense con nosotros. Good morning, thank you for being with me here in Canciones de Domingo with Silvia, KUHS Denver Radio and TV station. As you can see, we have a full house this morning, and we're going to be talking about many things, especially of two different films, and one of those films is Timothy, that has been winning awards like crazy internationally and also in the States. And as you can see, you already know one of these persons here in the studio because he's my BFF for like many years. He's been in my show once. I think it was about a year ago, around a year ago. It was during COVID. So, and we've been together on many interviews. So,
Most
so welcome. We have Asia B, we have Kendrick Jazz, and we have Tamika Shimbles, right? Yes. I'm sorry if I totally messed up your last name. So we have her, unfortunately she's not in Colorado, so she's via Zoom, so we're going to be asking questions. She's the director and producer of Timothy. So good morning, guys.
Good morning, glad to be here.
Good morning. Hi.
First, you want to go first, Tamika?
Oh, it doesn't matter, whatever works for you, I am good. You know, I'm traveling, me and my kids, so I'll be off mute when I'm not talking, just in case my 4-year-old decides she wants to scream in the middle just for no reason. So.
I know how that is, and we appreciate that you're here with us. Well, let's start with you. Tell me, first of all, about Timothy. How did that came up? That was your idea? How everything started? You know, like sometimes we have projects that they just started by a dream, just a thought. How was this?
So I've been writing, I started writing when I was 10 years old, and so I've always just had this level of creativity that has been borderline insanity almost. You know, I was the one with the imaginary friends and, you know, creating stories in my brain and all that kind of stuff as a kid, and, you know, wanting to be this amazing storyteller. And so it kind of just, I guess, filtered into my adult life, you know. And so Timothy was one of those things where I literally was cooking, and I was cooking dinner for my family, and this idea came to me, and I was like, ooh, that sounds really fun, you know. And so that night, I wrote literally the entire script that night, sent it over to Kendrick, sent it over to Tay, the guy who plays Timothy. I was like, hey guys, you know, I got this idea, it's kind of crazy, you know, but I hope it's something that you guys want to be a part of. And both of them said yes, and we're here now. So that's how Timothy became Timothy.
Wow. So it was just one night. Only took you one night to write that whole script. So you didn't get any sleep tonight?
I think it took me right at about 2 hours to finish the entire script. I mean, it's literally like a 12-minute movie, so on paper it translates to roughly right at about 12 to 13 pages. So it's really not that long. It seems that long, but it's not. And then me, once I'm in a zone, it's like I want to go ahead on and, you know, get it done. And so we made a few revisions, of course, as the process started. But overall, yeah, I finished it in about 2.5 hours that night.
Wow, so it's like when you get a thought, everything just flows through.
Yes.
You don't have to be like, oh, okay, well, I can't think of anything anymore. I'm just gonna wait and see what else happens, and
so cute.
You just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, like the most recent film that we just did, Whirlwind, Keisha called me. Well, we probably don't even talk about that right now. So.
Well, we're gonna talk about it. Yeah, definitely. So, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So Keisha called me one day and he was like, "Nigga, I got an idea for something." And I was like, "Okay." And he was like, "This guy wakes up blind." And I was like, "Okay." He was like, "That's it. That's all I got." Like, okay, cool. Let's write a film about it. And so I think it took us right at about 3 to 4 weeks, Keisha. It took me right about 3 to 4 weeks to finish it up. And during that time, I did have some moments where I was like, okay, my brain is just not working. I'm having a major brain fart. So I would take a couple of days off and go back to it. But yeah, that script is. I told Keisha, I think that's probably my favorite script thus far.
Wow, yeah, it sounds really, really good. So we're gonna be talking a little bit more about that one. But yeah, I think he also, you have some issues trying to get it to flow just because, it's like the great, amazing paragraph that he gave you to start with.
Yeah. He was just, he was great through the whole process. We would brainstorm, write a scene. I would call him, hey, this is what I got. We would brainstorm throughout that scene, come up with different ideas. So he was very instrumental throughout the whole project. Honestly, Ruin would not be ruined had Keisha not called me and even started it. So, yeah, you guys, I cannot wait for it to come out. You guys are going to be amazed. And he's also the star of the movie, so that's another highlight.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I can imagine when he gave you that idea, it's like, okay, I'll just put the end. There's nothing else to put in this, But that's, when he was telling me, because he was telling me a little bit about it when he started thinking of it, and I was like, that sounds so good. I mean, and I'm pretty sure it's going to do as well as Timothy. So we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit more about that, and I'm going to translate this in Spanish before I forget a little bit. Lo que estamos hablando aquí con la directora, la productora de la película de Timothy, también es la directora y productora de la película que en español viene siendo como Arruinado. Ella dice que la película de Timothy, como ella la pensó, fue una vez que estaba cocinando, se le vino la idea esa noche y dijo, bueno, sería buena idea. Y esa noche se sentó y se puso a escribir el libreto. La película es como de 12 minutos de duración. Entonces dice que son como unas, creo que dijo, how many pages did she say? How many pages?
12 to 13.
12, 13 pages. Como 12, 13 páginas las que escribió ella, el libreto, y le marcó a él y le marcó al otro actor también de la película, y los dos estuvieron de acuerdo en trabajar con ella. Entonces que se hizo la película y han ganado un montón de premios. Ahorita vamos a hablar un poquito más de eso. Y también dice que la manera en que ella empezó en esto es de cuando estaba chiquita. Ella le gustaba mucho decir historias, contar cuentos y esas cosas, y cuando creció dice que también dijo, bueno, también quiero hacer eso, quiero contar historias, seguir contando cuentos. Entonces es como siguió ella con la dirección y la producción, y también pues escribiendo historias y cosas así. Así que y ahorita como les digo, está viajando, así que por eso nos tiene también en mute para que no escuchen ahí para toda la familia, y le agradecemos que esté con nosotros. Vamos ahora a pasar con los actores que tenemos aquí en el estudio. So, Jassy, I call him Jassy, BFF. I mean, people say, Kitrick, I call him Kitrick. So, but he understands what I meant, so that's the most important thing. So, good morning, Jassy.
Hey, what's up? It's good to be back again after a whole year being on the show. So.
Exactly. And we've been seeing each other. We were helping one of our friends in a film, so that's how we saw each other not too long ago. It was like a couple months or something like
that's
that.
right. Yeah, we had a table read, and Miss Aisha was there too. So yeah, I was glad to see you. It's been a long time.
Yes, and Aisha, like I was helping on a table read, and that's how I met her. And she's an actress as well here from Colorado, and they are both in the new film. So they're going to tell us a little bit about that. But I want to talk about Timothy first. So tell me, how was that?
It was a great experience. I played the role of Pastor Lamont Taylor, which is kind of considered the bad guy in the film. And believe it or not, I like playing the bad guys.
I think I know that.
People are like, why do you like playing those roles, or how did you do that? Because you're such a big teddy bear. I was like, it's just, I don't know, it just comes natural for me to play that, I guess, because it's so opposite of what I really am in real life. So it gives me something to kind of strive for when I play those roles, but I love it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that, well, when I met you, I mean, you guys should already know our story, but just to give you a little summary, he was a bad guy when I met him, and we were filming like some web series, and he was the bad guy, and I was the mom. And it's so funny because my first bad character that I did, it was because of him. It's like, I think you can be a really good, you know, the word. And I was like, yes, I can. You know, he's like, yeah, what about if you play one? And I was like, I don't know. And so he's the one that kind of gave me the opportunity into like come to this world, like the craziness. And I really like it. So I know what you mean about playing, you know, the opposite of what you are, you know, like in a daily life. So, and I remember you even had powers and everything when, you know, the one we met. So it was even cooler, you know.
Yeah. I think we've done about 3 projects together. We did that series, and we did the 2 short films, Big Mike and Briggs Gambit. You'll have to see Big Mike because she tortures me in that movie. Like, I mean, she was enjoying it so much, and I was just like, this is not normal for you to just enjoy what you're doing. So, but yeah, it was a great experience though, and you know, it's always good working with you. So.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it was funny because, you know, I thought that I was really like doing like good acting, and he's like, it was actually hurting. So I'm like, oops. And you were scared because I saw like I had to slap him, and it was so close. He was feeling like the little breeze, and he was so scared. So it worked out good though.
Yeah, I've been getting slapped a lot in my latest films. I don't know what's up with that. These writers, you know, always. I think they're setting me up for something.
Well, you're tough. You know, you're tough, so you can take it.
Man, I guess. But so a little bit more about Timothy. Timothy has been winning a lot of awards internationally as well as here in the U.S. Most recently, we won at the Jackson Film Festival. We won. Tamika won Best Director. The film won Best LGBTQ Film as well as the People's Choice Award. And we just recently won something in Paris or London.
What?
Which one is that, Mika? Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been coming so fast that we can't even keep up with them, and it's like Timothy is just taking on a life of its own. You know, it's like Timothy, it's its own world. You know, it's just doing its thing, but it's been doing great.
Why not, Tamika, that, you know, you guys have those posters with like all the awards going on. I think you're gonna have to take jazz off and start doing, you know, like the rest of the awards in there. You guys running out of space.
Yeah. It's the laurels have covered up the Timothy poster, and I think there's a little column on the left side about this big that has room for a few more. And I anticipate it'll fill up because there's a lot of other festivals we haven't heard back from yet because the notification hasn't gone out, and it's, I think, probably next couple months they'll notify us if we got in or not.
Wow.
So, but yeah, it's been an amazing opportunity, and just been great, just being a part of it.
So what is Timothy about? Tell us a little bit about the film.
That would be a Tamika question.
Okay, Tamika.
Well, Timothy is, it's about a pastor, like Kendrick said, Pastor Lamont Taylor and his wife, First Lady Truva Taylor, and they have a son named Timothy. And so they built this church ministry up from the ground, and it's now this mega ministry. They're like a beacon of light in their community. And then one Sunday, on a snowy Sunday afternoon, they come home early from church, and they meet a very big surprise, a very big surprise from their son. So just to kind of give everybody I guess a deeper synopsis, Timothy challenges the strained relationship between the church and the LGBTQ plus community.
Okay.
And so what happens is that, you know, I've been in church my whole life. My dad's a pastor. So I've been in church literally I was born in church. And so I had the opportunity to see, the extensiveness of that strained relationship and how a lot of time the church chooses to ostracize, people that identify with the LGBTQ plus community, and it's like we remove them from, like I think Billy Porter said it best. The first thing we remove from people, a part of that community, is religion. We tell them that you don't belong here. We tell them that God doesn't love you, that God doesn't want you, and then we get mad when they leave. And so this really challenges that relationship, and it also challenges us personally to check our own personal biases and our own personal prejudices. Because everyone is dealing with some type of struggle, and so we have a duty just to humanity to love one another, accept one another, include one another. And ultimately really help to bridge that bridge. Whether it's sexual orientation, financial status, race, ethnicity, nationality, whatever it is, as humans, we have a duty to humanity to just show love to one another.
Exactly, and that is one of the hardest parts, especially now that things are not like taboo anymore. A lot of things are coming out, and a lot of people are speaking their mind, and they want to be accepted, whatever it is. They want to be accepted, and it's still some people, they don't understand that. So that's a great idea. I'm gonna translate it in Spanish because that was a lot of information.
You have a great memory.
Yeah, I don't want to forget, but so lo que estamos hablando bueno, primeramente, pues aquí está, les digo, mi amigo, how you pronounce it? Kitrick?
Is that or you could just call me Jazzy.
Jazzy, Kitrick, Jazzy, BFF, whatever you want to call. No, pero él, como les digo, él y yo nos conocimos ya hace muchísimos años. Hemos trabajado juntos en varios proyectos de filmación y lo he tenido una vez aquí en mi show, así que pues le di la bienvenida. Él está, bueno, trabajó en la película esta de Timothy. El personaje de él es un pastor. Entonces, ahorita nos dice a la señora Temika que la historia es acerca del pastor, que viene siendo él, y la esposa, pues tienen su iglesia, tienen como un imperio de esta iglesia. Y como pues todos sabemos que muchas veces en las iglesias, en las religiones, no se pueden hablar de ciertas cosas porque dicen que no son aceptadas por Dios o por las cosas que ellos crean, o los que sean creyentes de Dios o de ciertas... como les digo, el universo, lo que ustedes quieran creer. Entonces, dice que una vez llega el pastor y la esposa a casa y ven que su hijo Timothy les tiene una sorpresa muy grande. Entonces, lo que estamos aquí, ¿cómo se dice? Definiendo es que tal vez Timothy pues es gay. Entonces, es como él tiene que ver la fe que de verdad tienen sus papás en la iglesia y en Dios, porque dice muchas veces cuando alguien sale, como quien dice aquí, como decimos, sale del closet, lo primero que les quitan es la religión. Les dice, aquí no eres aceptado porque no crees en esto, y Dios no te quiere porque eres esto o eres lo otro. Entonces dice que es como una pues sí, como una pelea entre ellos, para ver quién de verdad tiene la fe en la religión. Y dice ella que ella creció, como quien dice, en la iglesia porque el papá de ella es pastor. Entonces ella ha visto muchos de estos casos donde mucha gente ha sido rechazada de la iglesia por ciertas creencias, ya sean orientación sexual, ya sean culturas y cosas así. Entonces dice que ella pensó en esta película para dar como un poco más de conciencia a la gente de las cosas que están pasando, y pues que en la religión si no importa lo que eres, tienes que ser aceptado porque pues Dios quiere a todo mundo. No escoge de quién es que eres malo o bueno por ciertas cosas o ciertas preferencias o creencias que tú tengas. Entonces es lo que estamos hablando ahorita. Okay, so we'll continue with our conversation. So was it a challenge for you to play a pastor, as far as like some scenes or something that you had to say that you don't believe in?
No, it really wasn't a challenge for me, because I mean the dialogue wasn't really that difficult. I mean it had a few curse words in it, but I mean,
We said that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, I mean that was right up my alley. I mean, I try not to use those words in real life, but I mean, in reality, some pastors do use profanity. You may not hear it in the public, but behind
Yes.
closed doors, they're like a whole different person.
They're
And
humans, you know.
Yeah,
They're
so-
people too.
exactly,
Yes,
and
sure.
a lot of people don't see that. So, but no, it really wasn't a challenge for me to do the role because, like I said, it was kind of like the villain of the movie, and I just kind of thrived off of that. So I enjoyed it.
Ah, that sounds wonderful. And like you said, you know, there you guys still waiting for more, you know, more results from different films festivals. So when is that done? That's when we're gonna be able to watch Timothy, right?
Oh, we could send you a link. Now we have a link
Oh,
that
okay.
we send to people like if they requested it in like an email or whatever.
So anybody can watch it now.
Yeah, they'll have to reach out
Okay.
to us and say, hey, I would like to see Timothy. Can you send me a link? And we'll send them a private link.
Well, we're gonna be waiting for it because let me tell you guys, I've been waiting for it 2 weeks. He said he wasn't in it to me like 2 weeks ago.
Who said that?
Who? I don't know.
Who said that?
So I've been waiting for it.
We'll make sure you get it before I leave today.
Okay. So if you guys want to watch it, just go ahead and contact them. Their Instagram, Facebook, where else? Twitter.
I'm mostly on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
Just under Keetrick Jazz Copeland.
Okay, so if you guys want to watch it, I mean, look at all these awards. I mean, don't you open your little curiosity about, like how it is? I am. I mean, I've been wanting to watch it. I've been waiting, checking emails.
And I don't know. I don't know what I've been thinking, but yeah, I got you
He
before.
has not been thinking.
Before I leave today.
Yeah,
a lot of auditions going on right now.
Exactly. That's one of the
Yes,
things
yes,
that
thank you.
about Jazz, that he's always looking for the opportunities. A lot of people they always say, oh well, he's so lucky. No, I seen him work. He's going and flying everywhere, trying to work like regular jobs at nighttime, so that way he has the day open and he can fly or drive to whichever places, he needs to be for auditions. And that's one of the things that I tell you guys all the time. You guys don't see the effort behind, all the work that we put in. You guys just see the results. You guys see the movie. It's like, how lucky was he to get in there? But in a way, because he's looking for the opportunities and he's ready for those opportunities when they approach him. So make sure that you do that. It's nothing that is just, like, oh, I want to be an actor and this is just going to happen out of nothing. We were just talking earlier too, like, filming how hot it was, things like that. They're not glamorous. Things that you guys don't see that happen behind cameras, that they're hard to deal with, and you have to pretend that everything is fine. Once you're back in camera and being character, it is a really hard thing to do. So make sure that if you want to be an actor, investigate please everything that you need to know. Try to play extras as much as you can, and that way you see all the work that everybody's putting in and see, if you really want to go for it or not. But that's one thing that Jazz has been doing. He's been putting a lot of work and years now, years.
14 years strong.
Yeah, he was a professional basketball player to start with.
Yep, back in the day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, see, she didn't know that.
You
So,
learn something new every day.
Yeah, I got a lot of history.
yeah, that's how he knows a lot of basketball players, and most of them are really cool. That I know a few, so thanks to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so things that you guys don't know, just check them out. If you have any questions, go ahead and send them in, and we'll go ahead and ask them. So we're gonna introduce now Asia B. That she's the new co-star of the new
Ruined
film
Twice
Ruined
Blind,
Twice
yes.
Blind, which is this shirt right here. And that's what Tamika was talking about the big, well, he basically just gave her the script and told her, just put your name on it.
I wish it was that easy. No, I gave her like 5 words and say, hey, do something with it.
Yeah, and you know what, Tamika, he told me we need to work on something and just think about something, Tamika will figure it out. And I'm like, okay.
That's true.
And yeah, you do. You are good. So so you were telling us, Tamika, about how it was a little bit harder with this one and trying to get the script together. So when she sent it to you, what do you say?
I was like when I got the script, this is my thing when me and Tamika worked it, I'm like, Mika, like this right here, this is something great. I was like, this is gonna be epic right here. But once we went back and forth with the ideas and kind of like finalized everything, I was like, and then I was like, okay, who can we get to play these characters? And so when I looked at the role of Aubrey, I was like, we gotta get Asia. We gotta get Asia. So that's when I reached out to her, told her a little bit about it, sent her the script. She loved the script, and she was like, she's in. So I was like, let's do it.
Yes.
So tell me, Aisha, about you. When did you start acting, and how did who motivated you, and how did you met this one right here?
Oh my gosh, how did we meet? It was crazy. I feel like it was more one of those things like where I just kind of saw his face in social media. He saw mine. We realized that we knew a lot of the same people and just
Okay.
kind of being in that same inner circle. And then he started reaching out to me about gigs. I reached out to him about gigs, and we just been working ever since then. Now Jazz is the homie.
Like a big brother.
Yes,
The big teddy bear.
absolutely. Yes, but I've been acting for about 6 years now. I've been doing it full time for about 4. And yeah, I absolutely love it. It's very hard work. I didn't realize how hard it was, but I mainly do commercial, film, and I'm venturing over into television. So I'm really excited to see what opportunities exist there. And yeah, like Jazz is amazing. Like working on, yes. I love Jazz. But working on this project, Ruined Twice Blind, like when I got the script, I was actually driving, hit me up, I'm like, oh my god, this is Jazz, I need to pull over and respond. So I pull over on the side of the road, I throw my hazards on, I'm reading through it, I let him know, yo, I'm driving, I'll take a look at it. And so I was at a stoplight, and I shouldn't have been looking at my phone, but I was. I started reading through the script, and I was like, ooh, this looks juicy. So I pulled over, I read through the whole thing in the parking lot. I told him I was going to get back to him the next day, but I got to him in like an hour, and I was like, yes, I want this role. This is awesome. They flew me out to Tennessee, Memphis. Got mad love there. It was amazing. Tamika, her family, everybody that was a part of the film. It was awesome. Yeah, and I really enjoyed this. I can't wait until it comes out and we can see the fruits of our labor.
I know, and this wasn't too long ago when you guys were filming it, right?
I don't think about 2 to 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
finished
it
up.
wasn't long at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a really amazing experience. We had so many people on set. There was no drama. Everything went smoothly, which is really hard to do. I know we have been on some of the larger sets where things just go crazy, and no matter how many people you have operating it, there's always kind of like the
Drama.
Crap show. Yes,
Yes.
it is. It's some drama.
No, you can go ahead. This
but
is,
oh, okay. I don't like to curse either. But yeah, like it was a really fun set. And everybody's always talking about how hot it is in Memphis. It is not hot in Memphis. Memphis is great. I was out there just soaking up the heat. It was awesome.
Chilling, and I'm like, how do you do it? Like, she doesn't sweat. It could be 200 degrees. She's just like,
It was
so
it was
good.
nice. It was nice, and I was in my Aubrey mode. Okay, Aubrey is the character that I actually play in Ruined Twice Blind. And can I talk about this story, Tamika? Is that okay? Am I allowed to disclose? I don't know, because we sign NDAs and stuff, so we gotta make sure that we can say some things.
Certain things, yes.
Exactly. But Aubrey is a character. She's very reserved. She's a good-natured person, sweet little girl. Throughout the story, Mr. Raines comes in, harassing folks, being the big old mean man that he is, and Aubrey has experienced this her entire life from when she was a little girl. So she's a little tired of dealing with Mr. Tyler Raines and all of his craziness. And so she devises a plan to get back at him. And y'all will have to wait to see what that plan is that she comes up with. But yeah, it's a really good storyline, and I'm excited that I got to be a part of the film.
That sounds so good. Like, well, I know a little bit of it, so I know that your character, it goes through a lot of harassment,
Yes.
by him. treating you so bad just because he has the power, he has the money, he's the CEO of his company, everything. And in reality, there's so many people that they think because they have all that, they have all the right to treat and everybody else, like crap. And it's like, no, we all have feelings, and um, we all had those thoughts that at some point, like, you've been treating me so bad for so many years, and at the same time, I've been giving my 100% there, of work. I've been respectful, even though you've been disrespecting me. I've been respecting you, and at some point, you kind of think like, what can I do to get back to this person, or how can I stop this? Because sometimes it's not just like so much for you, like, I want you to start respecting me. You kind of want the person to open his eyes, like, even though this one is like closing his eyes, but opening his eyes and say, you know what, people like to be treated right. It's not just me, it's everybody else, that are giving you, if it wasn't for all these people, you wouldn't have what you have right now.
Exactly.
So that sounds so interesting, and I'm so excited to see this. I mean, like you were saying, you guys were filming this about 2 to 3 weeks ago, so we had to wait a little bit longer to get the results. And I'm pretty sure, it's gonna be in like every festival as well, and it's gonna be as good as Timothy, just because we have like the same quality people that were pretty much in Timothy. So and added one more. So what?
Yeah,
I don't know.
We have a great core group of people. Me and Tamika, we for years we have kind of talked about working together, trying to bring some things to life, and bringing people on board, and just having a core group of people, as well as just continue to add people to it. And so I was like, we have to get Aisha on board, because I mean, she's just I just love her work, and what she does, and her professionalism, and I know she's going to show up and she's going to do her job. So I like working with people like that, and I want to continue for. There's a few projects that's kind of in the works right now that we're going to be a part of, and you're going to be a part of too. So we just want to keep working, putting out good work, and bringing great entertainment to people.
Well, that's one of the things that when you finally find your core is amazing, because all those people, you're not gonna worry about somebody not showing up, because that's why they're in your core. They're professional. They're gonna be on time. They're gonna be doing what they're supposed to be doing. And if there's anything that you need to address, or just give some type of criticism, they're gonna take it well. Because a lot of people, you already know, like, these people, you cannot even tell them, like, your hair is out of place, because they'll go off on you. So I know what kind of drama you're talking about. It's just, it's crazy working with. Unfortunately, like I said, like nowadays, everybody is an actor, everybody is a model, everybody is a photographer, everybody is whatever they want to be. But at the same time, they don't have the professionalism, that it needs to be in a set. It's always, you already know, like, who is actually professional, who is not professional, who wants to be there for the status, who is there for the money, who is there for the passion and the love of this art. Because believe it or not, like, you were saying it was harder than what you thought, right?
Oh yeah, definitely a lot harder.
What is like the hardest thing that you have done, that you said, wow, I never imagined that I had to do this?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot. I mean, I'm kind of shy, so just a little bit. And I think the hardest thing to overcome is to just like get comfortable with being on camera, get comfortable with watching yourself, get comfortable with also being rejected and leveling up, and just creating a better product and working on yourself. As an actor, you are an instrument, and so you have to sharpen your toolbox like every day, whether it's with commercial or film, going over scripts, learning new lines, creating new characters. And so that's a lot of emotional turmoil that people don't see that we go through. And I just feel like it's difficult as a whole, because like you said, they see the final product.
Yes.
They don't see all the work and the investment and the time and the dangers. Like, I've been in a lake with blue-green algae, toxic, signing waivers to do like a commercial. Like, that's stuff that you're thinking about when you're on set, but you have to make it look like you're just having a good time, which it is a good time. Like we get to do some things that people would never imagine doing.
Exactly.
So I mean that's kind of the reward for that, but it's definitely tough, and I feel like every challenge is difficult in its own way, but you just figure out how to overcome it, make it your own, and do the best you can.
Yeah, a lot of people think because you're in front of cameras, you're not shy, you have no issues, self-image issues and
Yeah.
things like that. When sometimes it's the other way around, like we do, but at the same time, like we're professional, we're actresses, so we have to like, yeah, this is who I am, and it's all good. But it because I don't know if it's hard for you, but sometimes when you're in your personal life and people are like, oh, let me take a picture, it's like it's even like different. It's hard.
Yeah. It's like you don't. It's like I don't want to take not right now. Like I just want to go have fun at the park with my nephew.
Exactly. And then a lot of people say, but how can you? I mean, you do this, professionally. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's different. Once you're in front of the camera, you become the character or whatever it is that you had to become at the time. And
Yeah.
like I said, for me, this is it's Canciones Domingo with Sylvia, and I'm here to make you guys have a good time. And so that's what it is, and that's where we need to become, like that happy person, and make you guys have a good time. But a lot of times there's so many issues happening, and you have to still show up for work and be 100% because you had to represent somebody. So what is it? Are you working on a project right now?
I'm working on my personal projects right
Oh,
now.
cool.
I've been doing a lot of auditions. They've been pouring in from New Mexico, LA, everything. Like it's crazy. But I actually have 3 to record today after this show.
Wow,
So,
congratulations.
thank you. So it's just a matter of booking something. But I'm always working on something, whether I'm posting or not. There's things going on behind the scenes, and then when it's published, it's like, oh, like this is so great. I'm like, do you know how long it takes to do this?
Yes.
So yes, always working, definitely.
Yeah, that's one of the things I said. I guys watch a commercial, 30-second commercial that took about, sometimes even up to like a month to do, depends on what the commercial is about, and you guys don't realize how it is. Sometimes things are fast, like when you guys were filming, but you guys were like on a timeline, and so it's like, and it's harder when, it's a couple days instead of like 2 weeks, just because everything has to be more, like on time, on cue, everything. You guys have to know your lines, exactly how it is, because there's not too many times for another take and another take and another take.
And that's days worth of work that you're not getting paid for. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like when you're sitting there learning lines, and you're going to get your hairs done and your nails, and you have wardrobe. Well, some wardrobe fittings are paid. It just depends on the project. But
Yeah.
like that's days and hours worth of work and preparation leading up to the work day.
Yes.
And then after that, there's still work. So it's funny because a lot of people I hear say that acting is the lazy man's job. And I'm like, there is nothing lazy about this when you're trying to become a different person, a different character every single job that you do.
Yes.
And it's prep work to get there, even from the audition. And it's like you have to learn these lines, record the audition, edit takes. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, sometimes people think because you're an actor, like sometimes the first take it comes out good. We all know that's not true, and if it has happened to you, congratulations. But that doesn't happen, like even I helped Jazz a couple times with some auditions, and sometimes it's not him messing up, it's me just busting up laughing just because of something that he did that I thought it was just hilarious. But it has taken us hours sometimes just for one take, and then the thing too is like a lot of times people think it's like, okay, you send an audition and you get the job. No, you probably get 90% of the time saying no, you're not the one.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people think, like Aisha said, a lot of people think that it's easy just because they see the final product of you being in front of the camera, you doing these scenes, but they don't realize what all goes into it leading up to that. I mean, I can't tell you how many times weekly that I get rejected, from, I might get one particular week, I might get 5 auditions, like, and they may come on the same day, and they might be due 2 days after that, and so I'm trying to figure out how am I gonna get these done, how am I gonna go to work, Am I gonna get some sleep? It's like, it's a lot of work. People can say it's a lazy person's gig or whatever. They can say that all they want to, but let me tell you, it's nothing easy about trying to balance your personal life with your professional acting life. It is not easy at all.
No, and especially because, acting is at the last minute thing sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a regular job,
Yes.
it is kind of like, how am I going to ask again? I mean, you even feel bad for your boss, like, I'm going to have to be flexible again. Or,
Mhm.
it is a lot of work. Like, you're going to see Jesse here most of the time with red eyes, and it's because of that. And since I know him, he's always with the drops, and it's not because of anything else. It's just that he is working really hard during the nighttime, so he can do what he loves to do during the daytime.
I was born with red eyes, so I've been working hard all my life.
Since he was born.
That also helps with all those mean characters.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
It
that's
does.
true.
It does.
That's true. But yeah, a lot of times, like we said, it is, and we're not saying just, acting is hard. Every single profession is, people has to be ready for what they're doing. They had to get prepared, like doctors. I mean, they had to be getting certified all the time just because things coming up, with the new technology and things like that. And so we all have to work really hard. But, just saying that actors is lazy is just kind of, no, it is not. Unless you're only playing yourself the whole time, then, you're lucky if you are the one person. But so let me translate what Aisha said in Spanish before I forget to. So ella es, bueno, en español es Asia B, y ella tiene como 7 años actuando, y dice que la manera en que ella conoció a Jassy aquí fue por medio de las redes sociales. Tenían muchos amigos en común y los dos empezaron a comunicarse y empezaron a mandarse diferentes tipos de trabajos los dos, y empezaron a trabajar juntos en diferentes proyectos. Y fue así como hicieron su equipo de trabajo. Yo me acabo de unir también al equipo de ellos hace poquito, así que estaremos trabajando en un proyecto los tres juntos, no muy lejano. Ellos lo van a empezar y yo voy a estar un poco hacia el final, así que ya les estaremos contando un poquito más de eso. Lo que dice Asia es que también que muchas veces la gente piensa que actuar es trabajo de flojos. Mucha gente así le llama que el actor es flojo. Pero como dice ella, hay muchas cosas que ustedes no pueden ver, o las cosas que son, como estaban diciendo ahorita, ella tiene que mandar 2 audiciones después del show hoy, y tiene que alistarse. Las dos son diferentes tipos de personajes, entonces tiene que alistarse para cada uno de esos personajes, tiene que filmar las audiciones, y como les decimos, las audiciones no solamente es la primera vez que las graban, ya salen, a veces son como 20, 30 tomadas diferentes hasta que sale como quieren, pues como le gustan a uno o como las pidieron. Entonces es mucho trabajo lo que tienen que hacer, como dice ella también, muchas veces no saben todo lo que se prepara uno para un personaje. Ellos tienen, es mucho, emocionalmente, tiene que prepararse uno bastante, especialmente si ese personaje tiene que llorar mucho, tiene que sufrir mucho, o mentalmente tiene que hacer o aprender cosas de lo que hace ese personaje que no sabe uno si no es una persona igual que el personaje. Entonces eso es mucha preparación. Ella dice que se prepara todos los días, que estudia, que hace personajes nuevos. También ahorita dice que está muy ocupada con audiciones también desde Nuevo México. Le ha llegado muchas cosas de Nuevo México. Ahorita ya ella es actriz tiempo completo, porque ya dice que ha sido mucho trabajo ya lo que le está llegando, gracias a Dios. Entonces tiene la suerte de eso. No la suerte, pues como les digo, muchas veces ya está preparada, ya sabe lo que está haciendo, ya la gente la está conociendo, entonces ya le llegan a ella más audiciones, le llegan más cosas para que ella siga trabajando en eso. Y dice ella que ya no tenía ni idea de lo difícil también que es la actuación. Ella también empezó nada más diciendo, oh, yo quiero ser actriz. Y cuando ya empezó ella a trabajar en esto, vio que también es muy difícil. Y una de las cosas también que le pregunté yo a ella, ¿cuál es una de las cosas que has hecho que se te hacen a ti difíciles? Y dice que la pusieron una vez en un lago con unas algas marinas que eran como un poco tóxicas. Entonces ella tenía que empezar ahí como si el lago estuviera bien y todo. Pero pues estaba poniendo su vida, como dice, en riesgo, y te hacen firmar un contrato donde dice que no puedes decir nada, o sea, no, si algo te pasa no puedes reclamarles. Entonces son muchas cosas que ustedes no ven en el camino. de un actor, solamente ven el resultado final, pero pues aquí está ella diciéndoles esto es lo que me ha pasado a mí. También ella es el personaje que viene siendo la asistente de Jazz en la nueva película de Arruinado Doblemente. Ella es la asistente de él es el, como les digo, él es el dueño de esta compañía grande en esta película y la trata muy mal a ella, ella siempre le está ayudando con todo y él siempre la trata muy mal, entonces ella se cansa de ese trato y empieza a planear algo. No les puedo decir qué porque pues les doy la película, pero les digo, acaban de filmar esta película hace 3 semanas, entonces ahorita todavía están trabajando en ella. Y también muchas de las mismas personas que trabajaron en la película de Timothy, que ha ganado muchos premios, están también trabajando en esta película, así que también van a recibir muchos premios. Y hablando también de Timothy, también dijeron que están esperando, acaban de agarrar un premio también de London, así que muchísimas felicidades y todavía están esperando por más, así que si quieren ustedes ver la película de Timothy, mándenles mensaje directamente por el Facebook y ellos les mandan la liga para que puedan ver la película porque ya la pueden enseñar. Muchas veces si están en festivales no la pueden enseñar, pero ya la pueden enseñar. Así que eso es lo que nos estamos platicando ahorita con nuestra amiga Asia. Si tienen preguntas, mándenos decir. Déjenme nomás ver los mensajes. I'm going to just check the message if we have any questions. Jeff says, good morning. Good to see you, Jazz.
What's up, Jeff? How you doing?
Elizabeth, amiga. Good morning, kisses. Thank you for watching us. Carolette Thomas, hola. Let's see. Johnny, thank you for watching. Oh, there's my mom. Saludos, felicidades para ti, los invitados. She says congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
Dusan from Serbia. Kisses, my friend. Thank you so much for watching us. So we have no questions here. And the ones I can see, like I said, Facebook hides a lot of stuff from me, so I'm so sorry about that. What else what are you expecting for Ruin Double? What is it called?
Twice Blind.
Twice Blind. I was like, double, no, twice. Twice. It's the same thing, but it's not the same.
Yeah, he goes blind twice. No, well, we're after post-production is finished, we're planning to put it into some festivals and kind of see what kind of feedback we get and kind of see how things go. We have a lot of expectations because Timothy has set the bar really, really high. So we have to try to emulate what Timothy has done, and we'll just kind of see what happens from there. So, but we're anticipating a lot of great things to come out of Ruin Twice Blind.
And Tamika, what do you think? I mean, after Timothy, like, are you nervous a little bit of, what's coming?
Yes, I am extremely nervous. I'm nervous about Timothy. I'm nervous about Ruin Twice Blind. Because like Keisha said, Ruin Twice Blind has some really big shoes to fill. Although the movies aren't even comparable because they're on two totally different spectrums. Two totally different ends of the spectrum. But just the fact that, Timothy just came out in March, it's soaring to the moon, and now we have a new project coming out. So I am terrified. But, I've heard a quote that says if your dreams don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough. So, I guess it's good in this moment to feel a little terrified for what's to come. But I do know that we have some really big projects already on the horizon. Ruin Twice Blind is literally a prelude to the actual full feature film Ruin that Asia's also going to be in. We call Asia Princess. So the princess is going to be gracing the film, I want to say stage, but it's not necessarily stage. But yeah, so she's going to be doing her thing again when we do the full feature film. And this time, Kendrick is actually going to be, I can't go into that, but he'll be co-director for that one as well. So he'll be behind the scenes and in front of the camera. I guess I could probably add that little tidbit to it.
Yeah, you could tell me that much.
So he'll be doing both. But like Kendrick said, we have a lot of great things on the horizon. A lot of big projects coming up. Timothy, we're in the process of turning that also into a full feature film. So we have a lot of funds to raise, a lot of projects to write, and a whole lot of people to bring on board. And so we have a really great core group of people. Asia is now part of that core group. And so we're looking to really just build different things, as well as you, Sylvia, So me and Keisha have also been talking about incorporating you into a couple of our projects that we have going forward. So I cannot wait to meet you. I can't wait to greet you and to work with you. You are beautiful,
Thank
and
you.
I love your platform and what you're doing in and out the community. So thank you for lending your platform to us to be able to just share what we're doing. And as I say, we can't wait to work alongside you as well.
Well, thank you. That's a pleasure, and it's a blessing to that I can do this as well. And it's always nice to share the same passion. Either it will be, I say art, it can be like anything that you're doing, like pretty much every day is art. So for me, it's always a pleasure, giving the world, even if it's one more person that get to know you, that's, I did my job. Just, getting it to another person, it is all good because sometimes we just need that one person, the right person or the correct person, whatever you want to call it, to see you work, to keep on moving. So that I'll be more than happy when I start working with you guys and you do something together and sweat along with Jazz here because I know you don't have issues sweating, but we do. Like you can tell right now, probably we're shiny and you're like,
It
oh,
feels
cool.
good.
I'm probably
It's
glistening.
warm.
Listen there. It feels good.
I
I
like
mean-
to be warm. I'm warm-blooded.
Yeah, but we're cold. No, we're not even. No, wait.
I guess I'm hot-blooded.
Yeah, we're really boiling. Yeah,
Well,
boiling blood.
maybe I'm cold-blooded. And
I think that's why you are.
I like the heat.
I like that here when I'm, like at the ocean and everything is cool. That's where I like it. That's where I love it. But thank you so much. It'll be my pleasure working with you guys. Is there anything that you would like to tell our audience about if they want to help out somehow, like donations or anything like that towards your projects or Timothy or I don't know how you're doing this.
Yes, so we are in the process of releasing our crowdfunding platforms. But in the meantime, people can go to our website, http://blackbox901.com, and we have a blurb up there where they can donate to our projects. If they want to do monthly donations, listen, you can do $2 all the way up to $2 million. We don't discriminate against no coins, okay? So, so whatever you want to donate we would definitely appreciate it because, like I said, we have two big, large projects ahead of us, and I know for Timothy, we're already anticipating the budget to be right at about $100,000 or more.
Oh, wow.
And so, same thing with Ruin, the full feature film. It's going to be a really large project. So, we'll be pulling on the heartstrings of people to be able to help us fund these projects because, as you all know, filming is not cheap. It's not cheap at all, and especially when you're trying to produce quality pieces, it definitely takes a large chunk of a budget to be able to produce it properly. So yeah, so go to our website. You can inbox me on Facebook. Honey, you can even cash at me if you want. Okay?
I have Zelle, PayPal, Cash App.
Yes, PayPal, cash app. Look, inbox me. I will give you all of the information. But you can find us on Facebook. We're under Black Box 901 or Black Box Productions. We're on Instagram. There's the 4-year-old. We're on Instagram, the official Black Box Pro, and of course our website, Black Box 901. My name is Tamika Chambliss. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Keetrick. You can reach out to Asia. You can reach out to Sylvia, honey. Look, reach out to all of us. And we will definitely appreciate what you can donate.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they don't realize how expensive it is, especially even if it's a short film, but it has some type of special effects. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of money. And not just the special effects, I'm not talking like post-production, I'm talking even makeup, anything like that. It is a lot of money that people don't realize that it costs. It's like, well, they're actors, they can do this for free. It's just like a little bit of their time. But it is like Isha was saying, wardrobe, makeup. If your character has to have nails, like I usually never have nails. So if I have to have nails, it's all that, the traveling. Like Jazz, like I said, he travels to Memphis, Atlanta, New Mexico, everywhere, and you probably say like, oh, that's so much fun. Well, it is fun at some point, but you know, you have family, you have a regular job, you have to save the money, you have to, you know, figure out how you're gonna do all these things, and it's not cheap. So you know, if you have, you know, the like Tamika was saying, if you even have $2 that you would like to donate, those are well accepted. You know, that's a lot. You know, it's better than zero, right?
Mhm.
Yes, every coin counts.
Yep.
Exactly. And so Aisha, so how you feel? I mean, feature film coming up.
I'm excited. I'm really excited, especially I think we're doing this in Memphis again, right?
I don't know. Tamika was kind of toying with the idea if she might want to come to Colorado to work on a
What?
project.
Really?
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're not
Come
sure
on
yet.
out here. Yes, let's do this. Well, either way, I was excited to go back to Memphis.
Yeah.
Memphis, but that's.
I'm pretty sure you will
We'll
go
see.
back
you'll
to
get to
Memphis
go
for
back to
any
Memphis for
other
sure.
project.
Yeah, that's true. But like, I thought we were gonna do this there, but it's fine. We can come to Colorado and do it. I love to travel. I'm super excited about the project. I can't wait to see the script that Tamika comes up with for it. It was a good short, so I'm sure the full feature is gonna be just as juicy.
Mhm.
Yes, those little details sometimes. And Tamika, I think is I don't know, but I think if I was you, it would be kind of hard to get some of those details out for just like the short film and leave it for the feature film. It's like I really want him to see this, but I just, you know, there's no time or no space, or it's gonna be better on the feature film.
Yeah, so that's the beauty in a short film. It doesn't actually have to be complete. But for me, I like to have a complete story. I don't talk a lot. Well, I do talk a lot, but I don't, I don't really do a lot of detail. So like when I'm writing people stuff or sending text messages, like really straight to the point. So short films is one of those things for me. It's like, okay, let's get the story out, let's get it straight to the point, and let's move on. Versus a full feature film, it includes a lot of fillers. You know, so you got to make sure you tell them the entire story. You got to add this in. You got to show this scene. And so I love both of them. I love being able to do the short film. I love being able to write and direct the full feature. Well, this actually, when we do the full feature film, that'll be my first full feature film, and so I'm so excited about it. And so yeah, I love it. I'm just like, let's get it going. We just need some money. That's all.
Exactly. That's it. You know, nothing else is needed. But yeah, that's one of the hardest thing. And Tamika, tell me something. When now that you were saying that you grew up basically in a church, when you were doing Timothy, did you ever thought like, if I come out with this, like the community is gonna like attack me or do something to me, or they're gonna go off on my dad or, you know, my family? Did that cross your mind?
Yes, I was terrified to show the movie to my parents. Like it took me 3 weeks to actually send them the link because I was like, Lord have mercy, they are going to kick me out of the church. They are going to pray on me. They're gonna baptize me. I just knew, you know. But it was so beautiful because my dad, you know, growing up in church and especially in the black church, it tends to embed you with, and how can I put this? It embeds you with the ideals that being different is wrong, you know. And so my dad, when he saw the movie, and like I said, I was terrified. So I sent him the movie, and I was on pins and needles, like, Lord have mercy, they're gonna be preaching on me. I gotta get baptized tomorrow, and everything. And my dad called me crying on the phone, and he said, Mika, he said, this movie has changed my life. He said, I see the error of my ways. He said, and I have a duty to treat people differently, no matter who they are, and to show them love no matter who they are. And so I've gotten a lot of responses from pastors that have seen the movie and they fell in love with it. Because like I said, it really acts as a mirror. You know, it causes you to really sit back and say, okay, have I treated someone different because of their differences? You know, so yeah, I was terrified, but I'm not terrified anymore. Now I'm like, you know what, let the world see Timothy. Because especially with the current climate of our society right now, everyone is dealing with some type of struggle. You know, whether you're dealing with racism, whether you're dealing with discrimination, you know, we have Asian hate that's at an all-time high. You know, we have black hate that's at an all-time high. We have immigration issues that they're, putting at the forefront with people coming from, Latin countries and different things like that. And I'm just like, you know what? As humans, and as I said at the beginning, we have a duty to humanity to treat one another in love and with respect. Because at the end of the day, if I cut you, you cut me, we bleed the exact same color.
Yes.
So we're the exact same person on the inside. Our skin tone, maybe you're a little lighter, maybe you're a little darker, maybe you're a little heavy darker, heavy light. It doesn't matter. Our skin tone should not determine how we're treated. Our sexual orientation, our financial status, none of those things should determine how we're treated. And so Timothy is one of those things where I'm like, it's across the board. Take out LGBTQ plus and you can put in Mexican. Take out that, you can put in black. Take out that, you can put in Jewish. You can put in, whatever you choose to put in. It all still has the exact same outcome that we deserve. Everyone is deserving of love, inclusion, and respect.
Exactly. And so I am really happy, first of all, that your parents took it right. Those are probably the most important, when you were having that fear of, showing them what you did, and especially like, oh, that's how you've been believing all these years, and you didn't tell me, kind of thing. And then, but now hearing that other pastors has taken it, like the right way too, and they have learned from it, and I think just because not a lot of people have like shown or say things like that, on big films or short films, whatever you want to call it. Once they see it, they probably see that reflection of what they did, like you said, if they treated somebody bad on the past because of their beliefs or whatever it was. And have you received any hate about it?
I did. I received a call from this lady in Atlanta. I don't know who this lady is. She inboxed me and she was like, "Hey, can I call you about your movie?" And I was like, "Yeah." So she called me and she said, the movie was okay, but why was the pastor cursing? I don't understand why did you have the pastor cursing? And I said, "Lady, pastors curse. They cuss. You know what I'm saying? Because as you all have said from the beginning, they're humans. And I think for me, I wanted to humanize pastors because for far too long, we have pastors and we want to put them next to God. But really, they're human, and I think that we do them a disservice by treating them as if they should never make a mistake, and so I wanted to just kind of humanize the pastor and his wife so people can understand that, they're a pastor, but guess what? They do this as well. And so, so I think that's probably the most negative comment that I received, but so far we've gotten really great reviews from everyone.
Wow, that is wonderful. And I actually thought that she was gonna call you about the other issue, but just like you can't say the bad words, like whoa.
Right.
You probably weren't expecting that either, right? You probably were expecting that.
No. Yeah, I was expecting to go a totally different direction. But one of the other questions that I have for you is because I'm not a member of the LGBTQ plus community. I'm a black heterosexual woman with children, and so one of the questions was, how did or why did I feel the need to tell a story of a community that I'm not a part of? And so for me, it was this story. It transcends just that community. As I said, it bleeds into literally every aspect of our society, but I'm an ally. And so I'm an advocate for love. I love love, and love is what love is. Regardless of who it is, love is always love. And we believe that God is love, and we love God, then we should have a duty to love and love others. And so I think that was one of the other questions that I did receive, but ultimately, like I said, everyone is just deserving of love.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of funny, like that question, because that's something that we live in. It's not something that in the United States you don't see it. Why do you wrote about it? We see it every day. It's kind of like if you write something about an assassin, it's like, oh, your family's full of them. That's why you wrote about it. No, like, come on. But those are like some weird questions that they, approach you with. Like I kind of find it kind of weird, but I don't know. But we have all kinds of people, and I'm glad that probably after you explain what you explained to them, they kind of understood why, in case, there's somebody else also out there with the same question. There it is. That's the answer. Um, and like sometimes we don't have to be, you know, like Aisha was saying, we're characters, so are pretending to be somebody else, not because we're doing that. That's the way we are. It's just kind of like the same thing with like the writers writing about something. It's like it doesn't really have to be your life. I have a bunch of singers in here, and when I asked, what do you write about this song? A lot of times they say, it wasn't my story. It was somebody who told me that story, or I got inspired by what I'm seeing, things like that. But they were not actually living the song, and a lot of people think because they wrote it, that was their life, and it's like, well, it doesn't have to be, but I'm so glad that you got, most of it was positive, or pretty much seems like I would say 99.9% of the feedback, it was positive for Timothy. So really happy about that. Is there was a scene in Timothy that you said, we really had to take this one out, or I'm going to take it out of the script?
No, it was so funny because we didn't know how Timothy was going to end until we filmed it. We had no clue. And so we were, going back and forth, okay, should we end it like this? Should we end? Because I'm one of those writer-directors where I incorporate my cast into it. And so I'm asking them, okay, when you guys see the movie or when you envision it, what do you see? And so we all just kind of collaborated on how we thought the movie should end. And so once we got there, we was like, you know what, this is it. Yeah. So yeah, but it wasn't anything that we took out, I don't believe, Kendrick, and let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't think it's anything that we took out or didn't want, because the movie itself was just, I don't want to say holistically, a great movie, because that just sounds, that sounds just biased in a sense.
Who cares? Just say it.
But, it's one of those movies where it's like, it's short enough to grab your attention and long enough to hold your attention. And so I don't think it was anything that we just didn't want to put it in. We had the script, everyone was in agreement with what we were going to do with it, and that was it. The last scene of the movie was one take. I don't think we actually had no more than like 3 or 4 takes with all of the scenes. It was just so seamless how everything just blended together, So I don't think I don't know, can you tell me, was there anything that we took out?
No, I don't think so. Like you said, the only thing that we kind of toyed with the idea was the ending. Like if we were going to go do this or we were going to do that. Honestly, when they started filming the last scene, the ending of the movie, I was downstairs. They were upstairs filming, so I had no idea what they were filming or how they were filming. So I didn't even know until I watched the movie, and I was like, oh. I was like, oh, okay, that's okay, all right, that works. So yeah, but no, I don't think we took anything out that was from the original plan.
Because sometimes you cannot debate like, okay, this scene, it might be either graphic, just causing a lot of commotion for people and things like that, and or you would think like it will be better off without it, even though it's like an important scene or something like that. So that's why I asked the question. I'm pretty sure that when you guys go feature film, it's gonna be probably a lot of that, just because there's a lot of details.
Feature film is going to be, I already know Mika has something great brewing. I don't know what it is, but I know it's something great.
So are you guys planning, well, for Timothy, is it going to be a feature film too?
Yeah, we're planning to extend it into a feature film. Yeah.
And that one, are you planning that one and also coming to Colorado, or just staying over there?
Yeah, so I actually would love to film in Memphis, film in Colorado. I'm originally from New Orleans, so I'm just dying to film in New Orleans. So I definitely want to be able to, because there's a lot of the backstory about the pastor that we're going to incorporate into this film. And so the pastor, so we'll probably be filming a lot of those scenes about the pastor in Colorado. So I'm super stoked about this project. And, like I said, we're working on the script, trying to make sure we get everything situated. We're brainstorming. Keaton is a part of that project as well, so yeah, so it's going to be really good. But yes, to answer your question, we are coming to Colorado.
That would be so wonderful. I would love to have you here inside the studio when you come to Colorado. So that would be really, really amazing. And I'm just gonna translate a little bit about the donations in Spanish because I think that's very important, for people to know. Um, como les estábamos diciendo en la plática en inglés, estábamos hablando de donaciones. Para hacer una película o un cortometraje, siempre es mucho dinero, hasta un comercial. Para hacer un comercial se requiere también de bastante dinero, para la producción del comercial, para filmarlo, para las películas, los cortometrajes. Muchas veces la gente piensa que nada más es el actor así, que se pone su propia ropa y todo eso. En muchos casos sí pasa que el actor pone su propia ropa, pero muchas veces son personajes que tienen que lucir así muy bien. Entonces ya son los costos del guardarropa, lo que tienen que ellos tener ya listo para hacer las escenas que tienen que hacer para el cortometraje o lo que sea. Ahorita lo que están pidiendo también es para hacer la película ya grande, ya completamente, la quieren filmar ya el año que entra. Es donaciones. Si ustedes pueden donar, aunque sea $2, dice que reciben de $2 a los que quieran, pueden hacerlo. Pueden contactar a cualquiera de nosotros que estamos aquí y nosotros les mandamos a ustedes el link o la liga para que puedan donar. Como les digo, la película de Timothy ya estaba ganando premios por todos lados y esa película es un cortometraje, entonces van a hacerlo película completa. Y lo que están ahorita diciendo que van a ser como unos $100,000 para poder hacer esta película. Van a tratar de filmar también aquí en Colorado. Como si se acuerdan lo que platiqué, la película de Timothy es de un pastor. Van a hacer un poquito más detalles de la vida del pastor, entonces van a venir tal vez aquí a Colorado a filmar un poco de eso. Van a tratar también de hacerlo allá en Memphis y tal vez en Nueva Orleans. ¿Qué más les iba a decir de eso? Pues nada, también le digo, los costos son muy altos para cualquier cosa, así que sí les suplicamos que si tienen ustedes, si pueden apoyar, aportar un poquito de dinero para los proyectos, ya sean estos proyectos o cualquier otro proyecto que ustedes vean que alguien está trabajando en eso, pues es muy agradecidos. Y muchas veces les dan cosas por eso, muchas veces depende de lo que ustedes puedan aportar, reciben los postes, reciben autógrafos de los actores, reciben trabajar a veces en la filmación. Do you guys have like a certain thing like KUHS when they give donations, like I know sometimes they can include you as an extra for certain days or things like that.
Incentives.
Yeah, the incentives.
Like if somebody donates $100, they'll get a poster or they get this or that's what I think she's referring to.
Yeah.
Yes, so and we'll have all of that, the different tiers broken down on our crowdfunding pieces, okay, which will be also on the website. And so, yeah, depending on what you donate, like teacher said, you'll get a poster, an autographed poster, you donate. And like I said, I don't really have that Tracy right here who's taking care of all of that. But yeah, so we have, it'll be so much included in the different tiers. And so we'll let everyone know on the website once it's up and launched.
Okay. So, entonces todo eso, toda la información acerca de lo que pueden ustedes obtener con sus donaciones, van a estar en la página de internet que tengan ellos, que ahorita todavía están trabajando en eso, entonces yo ya se las pasaré a ustedes por mi Facebook o por donde ustedes me puedan contactar. Y pues como les digo, traten de apoyar el arte de la actuación, es entretenido para todos. No sé si a ustedes les guste ver películas, pero a veces viendo una película se nos olvida todo lo que estamos pasando, nos entretiene, nos pone a pensar mucho. Como dice ella, también estaba yo preguntando a Tímica que si había tenido reacciones negativas acerca de la película de Timothy, porque habla pues de la comunidad gay y todo eso, y ella siendo hija de un pastor, como le fue, pero dice que la pensó como 3 semanas para mandarle la película o el cortometraje al papá, porque pues es pastor. Pero dice que recibió una llamada del papá y la mamá llorando, diciéndole que se dieron ellos cuenta de que también ellos tuvieron errores de tratar gente mal, que no debían de haber hecho eso y corregir eso. Pero dice que casi todos los, ¿cómo se dice? Los comentarios que ha recibido son positivos, así que pues muchas felicidades porque eso no se ve siempre, así que pues a seguir hacia adelante y van a filmar, digo, la película completa de Timothy y ese viene siendo el año que entra y también la película que están haciendo ahorita Asia y Jazz van a hacer la película completa también, así que pues se necesitan los fondos para hacerlo, así que cualquier donación, contáctenos y nosotros les decimos cómo pueden hacer llegar ese dinero a las personas correctas. So anything else that you guys would like to tell our audience about Timothy or Twice? Okay, let me see.
Twice Blind.
Oh, you should like put it bigger here because I want to say double all the time, but it's Twice Blind. About those movies, about anything that's going on with you guys.
Oh, I just want to say thank you for everybody tuning in and listening to us talk about our movies, and hopefully you'll get a chance to see both of the movies. So if you're interested in watching Timothy, you can either contact us or contact Sylvia, and she'll let us know.
I think I will have it soon.
Yeah, and yeah, she'll have it before I leave here today, and then we can send you a link to check out Timothy. And once Ruined Twice Blind is done, we'll kind of figure out what we're going to do with that as far as people being able to see it.
Because that goes to short films, I mean to festivals first, right? And then you'll be able to see it. Okay.
But we should have a trailer. I'm guessing we'll have a trailer probably able to view before you're able to see the actual movie.
Okay.
Oh dear.
And you, Aisha, you want anything to know about you?
I just want to say thank you for letting me be on the show. I'm happy to be here. It's so good to see you again.
Thank you. You're
Yes,
welcome.
thank you for welcoming us to your happy space.
Thank you. No, it's a blessing having you guys and seeing you again.
Yes,
Hopefully
I
see
can't
you again
wait.
soon.
Yeah, when we work on that project together.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely will. I'm excited. I can't wait to see how that goes.
Me too. And you have Instagram, Facebook?
I do. I'm just Aisha B on Facebook. B is B like Bumblebee, and on Instagram I am at Aisha B _. So yes, please follow, like,
Support the work?
Yes,
Yes.
support the work. I was gonna say subscribe.
That's it too.
But yes, I mean you can do that too. But yeah, I'm super excited for some of the projects that I've been working on personally, as well as other things that I have been auditioning for. So yeah, I'm excited. We will see what happens.
No, well, thank you so much. What about you, Tamika? Anything that you would like him to know?
Yeah, just, definitely be on the lookout for Ruined Twice the Blind. We're doing our premiere. Well, we're scheduled to do our premiere in Nashville, of course, pending COVID regulations and all that stuff that's going on. But hopefully, we'll be able to get the premiere up and going. It should be in end of October, early November. So we're still negotiating the dates with that. But yeah, don't forget, check us out on Instagram, Facebook. You can reach me on Facebook, Tymika C. That's TYMIKAC. And that's on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter. I think I'm on TikTok.
Yes, TikTok.
Everybody on their TikToks.
My kids got me on TikTok, so you guys can reach out to us on any particular platform. And just let us know what we can do to help. We will be looking for extras. We will be looking for other actors, actresses, production crews, everything for when we start filming the full feature film for Ruin and the full feature film for Timothy. So just check us out, and we look forward to meeting you guys.
Yeah, of course. And like you guys heard, they'll be looking for everybody pretty much that is involved in a production. That sometimes you cannot think of anything, but this is one of the things that I learned once I started acting. We never really look at the credits on a movie.
Mm-hmm.
The movie's over and we leave. And it's like, now I sit down and I start looking at every single name, it's like, why they're going so fast? I can't read all the names, because now you realize the hard work that even an assistant is doing. It's just so many things, so many people involved in anything, and so I hope that you guys that are watching the show can actually appreciate everything, all the work that goes behind it, all the people that works, you know, on just one little thing, even from the makeup artist to, you know, that person that is passing you on the clothes, things like that. It is a lot of things that are involved that you guys don't know of. So read the credits, and you know, if you have any questions about what is the name about, you know, just Google it, and it will tell you what the person is in charge of, because there's so many things that we don't know. You know, even like I still get surprised sometimes about things that I read. I'm like, oh, I didn't know they would have one person for that too. You know, because sometimes we have a small production, so we don't see like the big productions, all the people they have. So I appreciate you guys a lot. And y como les digo, amigos, por favor síganos en sus páginas, en sus Facebook, Instagrams, TikToks, YouTubes, Twitters, LinkedIn. Apoyen el trabajo de ellos, por favor, si pueden. Como les digo, ya están esperando para las películas grandes, los cortometrajes. Para si quieren ver Timothy, me lo van a mandar a mí. El que guste verlo, por favor, escríbanme. Yo les mando con mucho gusto la liga para que lo vean también ustedes. Les agradecen que hayan visto. Y creo que es todo. We'll just say goodbye to our audience, guys.
Goodbye. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, thank you.
Bye, everybody.
And thank you, Tamika. You have a wonderful rest of the Sunday. We'll say bye to Tamika. She's leaving now. Thank you, guys. And next weekend, we're going to have a singer here in the studio that is a new singer, but he's already with a big company. So make sure that you guys tune in and check out our flyers. And what else? Just have a good Sunday. Muchísimas gracias por haber estado con nosotros en Canciones de Domingo con Silvia por KUHS de Radio y Televisión. Los espero el domingo que entra con un cantante que es nuevo, pero ya está con una compañía grande. Así que los espero el domingo que entra y estén atentos a nuestro promo para Facebook y Instagram, TikTok y todos los otros medios sociales también. Un beso muy grande y feliz domingo. Muchísimas gracias.